today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
The Jaguars have Josh Lambo out there to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading him out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Kaepernick now on first down. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series.
From midfield, here's Kaepernick.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Here's Kaepernick. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Again, it's Kaepernick. Being chased out left. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Say what you want, but Kaepernick's still one of the best at doing that as the scramble gets him a first.
Kaepernick was looking to throw, but then it became decision time. And when he saw they had room to run, he made the right decision to pull it down there, and he winds up picking up the first down.
He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in April, the rookie from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the Year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a give here to Pollard. Broken tackle. Yeah, he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville.
And now the throw taken in by Chark, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That'll be caught downfield by Bird. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early 1st quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good 1st step there with 2nd and goal coming up. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Pollard will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 1st quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Kaepernick. He's got Jack Doyle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. Play action. It's Kaepernick. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
But he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Julian Blackman.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Pass complete to Bird out right here. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. These 2 teams all tied after 1.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
Letting one go deep for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed? Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into...
And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Throws this one right side to Pascal. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as it used to be, huh?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp.
7 yards to pick up there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indy set to go on offense once more.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. He was almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize him.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Kaepernick.
Fighting Hilton on the slant.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Kaepernick will try again on 2nd down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year. And we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Lawrence on first down. And Sharp calls it in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. They go play action with Lawrence. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble in second down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence finding room to the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
On first down, Lawrence.
Sharp's got it left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's got this down to the 35.
70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the return will stop right around the 25. And pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Yeah, he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Kaepernick.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play in football.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On third and long, it's Kaepernick. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Doyle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up first and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts set to take over here offensively. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Play action. Now Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On second down, it's Taylor. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down now, it's Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Kaepernick going to throw. This goes out right to Doyle. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw again on second down, Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Lawrence going to throw again. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. Touchdown, Jaguars! Laviska Shenault, his fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanting to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. Here's Kaepernick to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Kaepernick now to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Taken in by Pascal out left. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
To throw is Kaepernick. Dancing, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Colin Kaepernick taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. I think the Colts got this. They did. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field.
And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Miles Jack in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Pass complete to Taylor.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw, Kaepernick. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. On 1st down, Kaepernick. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now Kaepernick. Binds. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Kaepernick now on first down. This is caught by Hilton. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags,
they finished the regular season with another win. They're 15th against just 2 losses.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Colts,
this loss will be the capper to what will be a disappointment.